This episode had this weird thing going on where Rich was feeling uncertain about the whole situation with Sabrina. Hey, I need to make a baby with you. I just feel like some people in the comments or on Twitter, I forget which one, they were saying the same thing, and I agree that it feels kind of weird for Rich to have this man-child personality now. If nothing else, they're kind of making Rich to be as just off the cuff, immature as Bill was in Bruh, and I really don't like that. I think for me, what would have been a more interesting story is that Rich would be getting cold feet, not about having kids with Sabrina, because he really did feel like, you know what, I was against it, but now I'm like, no, I mean, I love everything about you, and if there was any woman I would want to create a child with, it would be you. But I think his hesitation could come from the fact that even though I never wanted to have kids, I never imagined myself having kids in an artificial sense. It just feels like this isn't natural. Like, why can't we just go back to your place or my place and get it on the right way and have kids from that? Because it's understandable if one or both parties physically had some sort of condition where this is the only way for them to have kids, isn't it called like artificially inseminated or something like that? Sorry if my terminology is wrong, but basically you're having this doctor be like the third party in the beginning stages of creating a new life together. I think for me, that would be my main, if I were in Richard's position, I'd be like, Sabrina, I love you, but this isn't exactly how I pictured myself having kids with my, future wife. Yeah. Because, I just feel like that's the main thing I would be I'm uncertain about going about it this way, Sabrina, because it just feels like, you want to have kids, but it just feels it. Well, yeah, Sabrina said she was going to have kids no matter what. And remember, she made that decision herself mid-season 7. So it just seems like, I didn't want it to be hey, you either get with the program or I'm going to have kids with someone else. Not to mention my thing about not wanting a pre-made family. Yeah, I just feel like the storyline could have been written a lot better than what it was. That's just me, because let's say if Rich did want to have kids, he just didn't want to have kids right now. But then you have Sabrina who's like, I just turned 35 and I don't want to deal with the increased medical risk of having children since I've reached this threshold, which is usually where complications increase, for women who get pregnant after a certain age. And then it's like, well, babe, we only known each other for like 3 months already. Even though I love the time we're spending together, I don't want to have kids this soon into a relationship. I wanted to, be with my woman, court her, date her, fall in love, eventually propose and get married. And once we've enjoyed, marital, we've had our marital bliss, then we start a family, things like that. And then the big debate could be Sabrina wanting to hit the fast forward button on that. This is how season 7 and 8 with Rich could have made sense, as opposed to the whole, I don't want to have kids, which honestly is not a bad thing. If he doesn't want kids, he doesn't want to have kids. The worst part is the fact that he and Sabrina continue to be together despite this huge difference in what a family between them would look like, with Rich not wanting to have a family and then Sabrina wanting to have one. So, man, it's like the people in the comments always say, Jeremy, you're just putting too much thought in it, because you actually come up with good ideas where the writers just seem to do whatever they want with the seasons. And I don't know. I just think that Rich, this character could have been given more depth, and this storyline could have made more sense as opposed to what we got. So that's my 2 cents with it. I think it would have been much better if Rich showed reservations to having kids, not just because he didn't want kids, but the fact that Sabrina, this isn't exactly how I pictured myself having kids with my woman. Just, this Frankenstein kind of thing going on where it's like, oh, I have to do this in a cup and everything. It's like, no, I wanted to do it the old fashioned way. Like, hey, drop them panties, let's go to the bedroom, that kind of thing. But what do I know? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.